Welcome to Ellis B. Feaster's Radio Air Check and Classic TV channel.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, the President's speech on Watergate. This is John Cameron in Washington. Before we recap the President's speech and talk to some of the personalities involved in Watergate, just prior to the President's address, we attached a Finex watch to the Chief Executive's upper plate. And in the course of 47, let me make one thing perfectly clear, and 51, make no mistake about it, the Finex watch is still ticking. As for the President's speech, he began by telling the American people, I used to be such a sweet, sweet thing. But because of Watergate, he said that he would be cleverly disguising his voice as R&B singer Fats Domino. The President said, don't blame it on me. And added in what is believed to be his strongest statement of innocence in Watergate, I'm not guilty. The President said of his most trusted aide, Mr. Nixon refused to identify those responsible, but named as a special White House investigator. Leroy Brown. He described his former White House counsel, a man who threatened to implicate the Oval Office itself in Watergate, as the funkiest worm in the world. We'll continue our recap in a moment, but first we switch to Walter Crankcase standing outside the White House.
Oh, yeah, John, I'm talking with the man that started all, the security guard that caught the Watergate burglars inside Democratic headquarters. Officer, what'd you say to him when you found him in there?
I got you. You thought I didn't see you now, didn't you? You tried to sneak by me now, didn't you?
Oh, well, far out. Well, how'd they look to you? Back to you, Cameron, you ninny.
Thank you, Crankcase. We now go to David Binkley in New York.
Thank you, John. It's just been revealed that former FBI head L. Patrick Gray not only destroyed White House documents, but also burned the original copy of the Constitution, as White House aides told him. John, we have the President's former White House counsel. Sir, what do you intend to do when you testify?
Sing a song.
Thank you, John. We're speaking to former Attorney General Richard Kleindienst, H.R. Holloman, and John Ehrlichman. Gentlemen, why did you all resign at the same time, and tell us, why are you all still here in Washington?
Because neither one of us wants to be the first to say goodbye.
Well, what do you intend to do now? What will you be doing till the case blows over? What do you, David?
We've just overheard the conversation between Martha Mitchell and the President's former White House counsel, John Dean. Upon hearing that he intends to tell all he knows, Mrs. Mitchell said,
You beat me to the punch.
Tell us, Mr. Dean, what do you intend to do?
Blame it on the bossa nova.
Bossa Nova, John, is believed to be the code name given Cuban nationals involved in the case. The President's daughter, Tricia, has just walked into our studios. Tricia, what did your father say to the family when he learned of Watergate?
Daddy could swear. I declare.
Back to you, John.
We now go to Walter Crankcase on the White House lawn.
Yeah, John, we got the Vice President out here running around acting about half crazy. Spiro, hey, Spiro, come over here, man. Hey, you said that you was for the President in public. What'd you say to him in private? Stop stuttering, you dummy. What'd you say to him?
Here I am, stuck in the middle with you.
Yeah, well, far out. Well, listen, what did the President say about North Carolina Senator Sam Ervin's Senate investigation?
Don't trust your soul in no backwoods southern law.
Fake it, Cameron, you meatball.
Thank you, greasy person. I think we can now have a word with the Reverend Billy Graham. Dr. Graham, if the President is involved, what will you say to him?
I knew Jesus before he was a superstar.
No, about Watergate. Now, stop stuttering. Well, now to wrap up our recap for the President's speech. Wait a minute. I think we'll get a word with the President himself. Mr. President, you said in your speech you needed the help of the American people. If they're behind you, what do you want them to do?
One tie yellow ribbon around the old tree.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is John Cameron for Walter Crankcase in Washington, down to David Binkley in New York for a closing comment.
First of all, John, you ought to change your jockey shorts. And finally, it seems to me that the good old days are gone. The days when members of the president's staff sat around and argued over who would get license plate number 2. Now it looks like they'll argue over who's going to make it. Good night, Chet. Wherever you want.